Dr. Eric Cole here, cybersecurity expert. I have worked in cybersecurity for 30 years. It is my passion. It is what I love, and I'm on a mission to make cyberspace a safe place to live, work, and raise your family. I worked at the CIA for 11 years. I was also chief scientist of Lockheed Martin and CTO of McAfee. I've done work for the Gates family. I was also one of the commissioners on cybersecurity for President Obama. I've written over 8 books, including my most recent book, Online Danger, and I've also been inducted into the InfoSec Hall of Fame. And what I want to talk to you today is the truth behind attacks. I know when you hear about these major breaches, you hear about 50 million or 500 million records stolen. It seems like it's this mystery or voodoo or magic that's used. It's actually real simple. If I'm going to go in and break in or target an organization, it's simple. I have to either find a server or I have to find an individual. I have to find something that I'm going to compromise or exploit. If I'm going to go in and compromise a server, there has to be access into that server, and there has to be a known vulnerability. So I know it sounds like an oversimplification, but it's really not. If you want to go in and keep your servers and your client information protected, just make sure that you limit the servers that are visible from the internet. You keep them up to date. You make sure you're fixing known vulnerabilities. Here's the scary part. If you look at any of the breaches from Experian to most recently Lord & Taylor, they all knew about the vulnerability. They knew about the exposure, and they didn't fix it. So if you know about a vulnerability, you need to fix it, and then make sure that none of your critical data is accessible from the internet. So if you just go in as a corporation and you focus on what your critical information is, what your data is, and what the exposures are, then you can stay one step ahead of the adversary. And I know with large networks it can be complex, and that's why Secure Anchor can help you. We have a lot of tips and tricks and methods that I've built out over the last 30 years that we can help you stay one step ahead of the adversary. Now let's talk about the second target, the user. Every time an email comes in, do you realize it could have malicious content, typically in an attachment or a link? It is trivial to spoof email. So just because you're getting an email that looks like it came from a vendor, looks like it came from the bank, looks like it came from a friend, you have to be super careful. In every case, you are one click away from a compromise. You go in, you just ordered something from Amazon last night. This morning, you get an email from Amazon that says there's a problem with your order, and we need to go in and have you verify your billing. You need this item, so what do? The urgency, you click, click, click. And at that moment you click, boom, your system's compromised, your identity's stolen, and they can now break into your bank account. So you want to make sure that you always think before you click. You want to train your users, and that's what we do in Online Danger. We help you, your staff, your team, your family members understand those exposures and what you need to do to not become a victim of identity theft and cybercrime. Now, I got some good news and some bad news for you. The good news is almost all the applications, all the banking applications, all social media sites have really good security. The bad news, it's turned off by default. You have to opt in. You have to be aware that those security features are there and ask for them. So I recommend as soon as you're done watching this video, call up your bank, call up your credit card company and say, I want the good stuff. I want security. And I'll give you a simple example. Credit card fraud. Huge, huge problem. Do you realize almost every credit card has real-time approval? So what I do is when I go in and purchase anything with my credit card, I get a text from the credit card company saying, you're about to make a purchase for $35. Do you want to allow this? And I do allow or deny real time. Now, I don't have to worry about checking my credit card statement in 30 days. I don't have to worry about fraud because I'm doing real-time approval. So the good news is there's a lot of security features that you can take advantage of that you're not. So either buy my book, Online Danger, or contact us at Secure Anchor, and we are here to help you make cyberspace a safe place to live, work, and raise a family.